Can you truly capture the soul of Paris in just 24 hours? Let's put the map aside and find out. Welcome to Paris. Most journeys start at the Eiffel Tower, but today we are beginning in the future. We are at La Défense, the largest business district in Europe, where glass skyscrapers replace the cobblestone paths of old. Standing here on the main plaza, you feel the sheer scale of modern France. It is a maze of sleek towers and engineering marvels. Just ahead is the Grande Arche. It's a massive, hollowed-out cube, so large that the entire Notre Dame Cathedral could fit right inside it. Right at its feet, the winter season brings something magical, the Marché de Noël. This is the biggest Christmas market in the region. Walking through these red-trimmed wooden chalets, the air smells of melted cheese and roasted nuts. I stopped by a local fromagerie, and the vendor was kind enough to offer a taste of aged Comté. If you're a cheese lover, this walk might take you all day. Beyond the food, you'll see beautiful hand-painted ceramics and tagines, showing how diverse and multicultural Paris has become. Before leaving this district, I sat on the great stairs under the arch. From here, looking straight ahead, you see the historical axis, a perfect line connecting this modern arch to the Arc de Triomphe and the Louvre in the far distance. Hopping off the metro, we find ourselves between two giants, the Grand Palais and the Petit Palais. The Grand Palais is famous for its massive glass roof. More steel was used here than in the Eiffel Tower. Right across is the Petit Palais. While it looks like a royal palace, it's actually a museum, and the permanent art collection is completely free to visit. It's open Tuesday to Sunday, usually until 6 p.m., and it is easily one of the best ways to see world-class art on a budget. We then walked across the Pont Alexandre III. It is widely called the most beautiful bridge in the world. Built for the 1900 World's Fair, it's decorated with golden statues and Art Nouveau lamps. Looking out over the Seine, you can see the golden dome of Les Invalides shining in the sun. This was once a hospital for veterans, but today it is the final resting place of Napoleon Bonaparte. That dome is covered with 12 kilograms of real gold leaf, catching the light perfectly. Our day continued through the intellectual heart of the city, Saint-Germain-des-Prés. We walked past the oldest church in Paris and found a cozy local market. I couldn't resist trying the nougat de Montélimar, a sweet French tradition made with honey and almonds that has been around since the 1700s. We ended our stroll by the river, passing the conciergerie. It looks like a fairy tale castle, but it was once a prison where Queen Marie Antoinette spent her final days. Finally, we reached Notre Dame. Seeing the cranes and the restoration progress after the fire is a powerful reminder of how resilient this city is. If you plan to visit, take Metro Line 1 or RER-A to La Défense. The Christmas market usually begins in late November and runs until the end of December. Paris isn't just a museum of the past. It is a living, breathing balance of what was and what is yet to be. Whether you're under a glass skyscraper or a Gothic spire, the city invites you to slow down. I think my feet are officially protesting now, but watching the light hit that golden dome made every single step worth it. I am so grateful you chose to spend this day in Paris with me. If the golden glow of the Invalides dome or the smell of that mountain cheese reached you through the screen, which part of this journey would you want to walk through yourself? I'll save a spot for you on our next walk as we find the next wonder together.